All right, so this is Random Thoughts with Nbtsky. So we're gonna talk about faith-based gang stalking. Now, I don't know if everybody understands what gang stalking is. I had to go look it up myself. But gang stalking is this indirect targeting of an individual, whether it's with electronics, stalking you physically, right? I had to really go look this up. Going through your mail, all kinds of weirdness, right? So anyway, gang stalking can be all kinds of things, but the thing that's interesting is faith-based gang stalking. Oh, you are of a particular faith, we are of a particular faith. We're going to brainwash you into believing that what you believe in is against the rules of the all, right? It's shenanigans. If you go back into history, you're gonna see that there was other mechanisms put into place to um, force concepts, belief systems, and religions on people against their will. Oh, well, you're not from this continent, so you should not celebrate this. Or you're not that, so you should not indulge in that. Or your ancestors are this, and so therefore you have to do. That's not how this works. As an open mind and a free thinking, understanding the rules of the all the all do not care about what name we give a particular deity, right? I don't know, I may have blocked this video, but these deities, these images, these statues, these symbols, right, they all represent something else. It depends on how far you're gonna get into it. That's with the Orisha, that's in Catholicism, that's in Islam. You know, there's symbols, you see them on face value, and you get face value. Then there's the same symbols, and you see it on a deeper level, and then you're going to get the deeper information. It just depends on how you want to look at it. All of this faith-based gang stalking, oh, well, you know, I'm this, and I'm that, and you're this, and so you're into evil, wickedry, and witchcraft, and it's shenanigans and bullshit. It's shenanigans and bullshit. You know, the Bible tells one what they could eat or what they should eat. The Quran tells people what they should eat and what they could eat. Ifa discusses the same thing. Santeria discusses the same thing. Voodoo will discuss the same thing. Hoodoo will. Voodoo will. All of them will. Right? And there's millions, or if not thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who indulge in these systems. Right? You may be put in positions where you may have to still do certain things that you're not supposed to do, so you have to compensate, right? Outside of that is hundreds of thousands of people that follow these systems, and they couldn't identify a flower in the book. They couldn't identify a healing herb or herb in the book that they read all the time, or that they preach about all the time. This is real facts. And so, yeah, you know, if you're not a part of this system, if you're not a part of that system, then you are not blessed. There's no such thing. There's atheists that are wealthy and rich, and so are they not blessed? They in their belief system, they in their reality. We have to stop looking at these systems as evil, because most of the systems that they state are evil was here before common systems, and those systems still are in place. And because we have technology now, and it makes it a little bit faster to identify things, or so-called faster, let me tell you, I love technology at the end of the day, but technology still has to respect that there was natural systems in place that gave the correct information without all of the toys and stuff. It's just that simple. So when we those who have dealt with or are dealing with the gang stalking and brainwashing, those who stay connected to their roots one way or the other always beat it and always come up. And when I'm saying the roots, I'm not saying, oh, yeah, your ancestor spiritual system, your understanding of the natural world. Period. There's nothing wrong with the natural world. It's getting so bad that people are scared of the natural world. They don't want to function outside of the artificial system that's been put in place. Artificial system cannot exist without the natural world, and when we understand that then and respect that, we're going to all be okay. Now, when the natural system becomes dependent upon the artificial system, those who are in control of the artificial system, now they have to check their energy and their vibration and their purpose and their reasoning. If you have the power to have an artificial system that can maintain and control a natural being or element or system, and you use it to pick and choose who dives in that, then you ain't shit as a human being, and you shouldn't have control over those technologies. And so in a natural sense, you'll still lose your ability to control the masses with those technologies eventually. So you have to think about that. People have to think about that, and they should think about it all the time. Those who have power in technology, the power to heal, the power to build, the power to create, the power to balance out, when they start doing it in a way where they're picking and choosing who's able to be sustained, instead of going, all right, this is my artificial system, this is my technology, this is the natural being, we have to find some balance in there. If you can use technology to try to brainwash a person, you can use your technology to allow a person to be natural. It's just that simple. And I'm not talking about natural like, oh, boobs and natural, whatever their concept of natural is. You don't use your technology to control to none of that. When you start doing that, you're in violation and you're trying to play the role of the all. And so the all shifts the energy across the planet and we all get our ass whipped at the same time. And don't nobody want that. And this is why you're experiencing things like earthquakes and places where they don't go, and tornadoes and places where they don't be, and heat waves and spots they don't go, and ice caps melting off. That's why. Because people who are naturally going to be put into systems and gravitate toward a higher frequency, you try to use your technology to determine whether they should or they shouldn't. The universe don't respect that, nor do they like it. It's that simple. You have no right to do that. Whether you're using a spiritual system or artificial system is irrelevant. You have no right. When it's time for an individual to raise their frequency, then you allow them to raise their frequency. Matter of fact, you have no power to stop that. One's frequency is going to raise at a point where it's supposed to, and information to be provided to them at all times, whether it's through a teacher or indirectly or anything like that, to raise frequency. Your physical presence is not about your frequency, because there's people out here that keep it real regular and is definitely on a higher frequency than most. And so when they can't control that, they try to take the majority, take what you're trying to express to them and flip it into something negative and harmful for the majority, when in reality is even the people that's standing there saying, oh yeah, well, I'm going to agree because you got this and you got that and you give me this and you give me access, they still have to come to that realization at some point. And there's some of us on the planet that don't. I'm not one of them. Excuse the alarm. At the end of the day, we have to come to respect that everybody will come to this point. And if you don't come to this point, when you reincarnate, you get back, you're going to have the same experiences, so on and so forth. It's just that simple. Use your technology for the good of humanity. And if you can't do that, then don't use it. Because the universe will take it. Period. And those who are dependent upon it, when it gets snatched, don't pout. Because if you snatch anything that's technology that made be in our environment, I'm not going to pout. I'm just find another way, like you're supposed to. Deuces! It is me, Nbtsky. It is a random thought. Smooches.